Yeah. So we were discussing language basics. So we learned the Python tokens in the last session. So there are 5 types of tokens in Python: identifiers, keywords, literals, operators, separators. So here rules to define the identifiers. Already this content it was shared that day itself. Okay, so you can get this material from your link. So first we discussed identifiers, rules to define the identifiers. So now let us discuss the concept of keywords in Python. So installation procedure we already discussed, right? So in today's session, we understand keywords in Python. What are different keywords used in Python language? This we should learn, right? Keywords in Python. Okay. Yeah. Today we discuss what are the various keywords in Python. So because these keywords, they should not be used as identifiers. This is one of the rule, right? That's why first we need to understand what are the keywords available in Python language, guys, right? Okay. Yeah. Keywords in Python, right? First, let us define what is the keyword in Python. Yeah. A keyword also a sequence of characters, but that has some predefined meaning in the programming language, guys, right? Whose meaning is already known to the Python interpreter, right? They have some special meaning. They have some functionality. So those are called keywords in Python. Understand? A keyword is a sequence of characters that has predefined meaning in a programming language, guys. Programming language, right? So they have some functionality, or these keywords are used to represent some value, right? That is called a keyword whose meaning is already known to the Python. Okay. So how many keywords are there in Python, guys? That changes version to version. Okay. You cannot say there are only these many number of keywords. That depends on the version, right? So in any version, almost there are 30 keywords. They are common in any version of Python, guys. So we understand these 33 keywords in Python. So there may be some new keywords added from version to version, right? So if a new version is released, in that new version, they provide some other functionalities, then some new keywords may be introduced, right? So most commonly used keywords in Python that I'm going to discuss. Okay. So there are 33 keywords in Python language. This is, I think, 3.9 version. There are 33 keywords are available in Python. Okay. So first, let us understand these keywords. These are most of the versions. These 33 keywords are common, guys. Okay. So understand these 33 keywords. What is the purpose of each keyword? Just understand what is the keyword and what is the purpose of, what is the functionality of that keyword. Okay. So first let us, you can remember all this guys. It's very easy. First, there are three keywords, only three keywords in Python: true, false, and none, right? So these three keywords, they represent some value, right? Not functionality. They represent value, guys. Understand? And these keywords, the beginning of this keyword, it is a uppercase letter, right? These only these three keywords, they begin with an uppercase letter, right? Uppercase letter. T is capital, F is also uppercase, N is also in uppercase, right? True, false, and none. These three are only the keywords. They have the first beginning with a capital letter, right? Uppercase character. Only these three, and they represent a value. They represent a value, guys. Okay. Here, true, false. These are only allowed values of Boolean type. Okay. So we see what is a Boolean type in the next topic. So these are the values of a Boolean type. Understand? Boolean values, true or false. So these are the result of a Boolean expression. True, false are the values of result of a Boolean expression, guys. Right? And these are the allowed values of Boolean type. False. Understand? But these are not. These are the values, guys. Understand? These are the values. Next one is none. None represents an empty object in Python. Okay, it's an empty object. I hope this is clear. True, false, none. These three keywords, they represent some value. Okay, true, false are result of the Boolean expression. None is an empty object. Okay, empty object, an object without any valid data that you can represent with none. Understand? None object. Next, and are not. And are not. What are these and are not? These three are, I think you know, these are logical operators, right? We are saying operator, but at the same time we are saying that keywords, right? Yeah, these are the operators, but these operators are keywords in Python, guys. You see, you remember with the significance, guys. Blindly don't by heart. You will never remember that. Okay, just understand what is its significance: true, false, none. These are the only three keywords and some value, guys. Understand? They represent value. So and are not, we know that these are the logical operators. These are called logical operators. Logical operators are used to combine two or more Boolean expressions, guys. Understand? What is the purpose of this and are not? And are, these three are called logical operators. These logical operators, we need to use the keywords, guys. Here we are not going to use any symbols. Okay, here we are going to use these keywords. Okay, and are not, and are not, these three are the logical operators, as well as these are the keywords, guys. Understand? In any other programming language, can you say an operator that is also a keyword? Any idea? Anybody, can you answer? Not only in Python, guys, in other programming languages also, there are some operators that are used as keywords, right? In C programming language, you have size of. Size of is an operator, that is a keyword also. Understand? that here and or not, these three are operators, and these are keywords also, right? That is the significance of these three, and or not. Next, so in any programming language, we have control statements, right? Control statements. So the keywords of control statements, next category. First, only these three they have. In Java, logical operators, but we represent with symbols, right? And are not using symbols. Yes. Here we use with we use the keywords, guys. Okay. Next, control statements. In that we have three different types, three different categories, guys. First one is decision making. Second one is looping. Third one is transfer statements. Okay. Now we will see the keyword specific to that one. If, elif, if, elif, else. These three keywords are decision making control statements, guys. Okay, decision making control means what? If you have number of alternatives, you want to select one of them. These are called selection control statements. Understand? Selection control statement. If, else. These are the decision making statements, guys. Understand? Next one is looping. While is the keyword. For, you remember like that. First one, in which order we are discussing? First one is keywords that represent values. After that, operators. You see the order, in which order I am discussing. First, I discussed three keywords. There is no do while loop is not in Python. Switch case also not in Python. Why that is not in Python? There is a reason, guys. I will discuss this in the control statements concept, not here. I will give the explanation, right? So switch case is not a decision making statement in Python, guys. Okay. Switch case is not in Python, right? Do while is not in Python. Why? Because there is a reason. That reason I will talk in detail in the control statements concept. Okay. So while it is for, then loop, transfer statements like break, continue, break, continue, next return, then there is an operator, in operator. Okay. Yeah. So first, these three are the only keywords, beginning with the capital uppercase letter. Okay. Beginning with the uppercase letter to represent some values, right? Next is operators, then control statements. First decision making, then looping. You can see. After that, transfer statements. They transfer the control from one part of the program to another part of the program. So break, continue, as well as return. In is an operator, guys. That's it. In is an operator. Okay. This is called membership operator. If an element, if it is present in a sequence or not, that you want to check with in operator, guys. In is an operator again. Okay. In is a membership operator. An element is a member of a particular sequence or not. That you can use the operator, right? This is about these keywords, guys. Next, in Python programming, we have object-oriented programming concepts, right? So the keywords, they are related to object orientation. That keywords next category. Okay. So first one is try. This is exception handling related, guys. Try, except. Next one is finally. Try, except, finally. Then rise, asset. Okay. These are the keywords. So in your program, there may be two types of errors. Okay. First one is the syntax errors. If you are not following, if you are violating the syntax rules of the programming language, then you get the syntax errors, right? Here you are getting some, you can see syntax error, right? Syntax error. Syntax error means you are violating the rules of this programming language. That's why you get the syntax error, guys. Okay. But there are other type of errors. Okay. Those are called as runtime errors or exceptions. So because of wrong in values of the user, wrong input values at the runtime, there may be some error. That is called exception, guys. Okay. Exceptions are due to the wrong input values from the user. There may be some exception or due to lack of resources. Okay. So for example, you want to work with some file, that file is not available. Yes. Like that, there are some problems at the runtime, guys. Okay. So those runtime errors are nothing but exceptions. You can handle that exceptions using these keywords, guys. Try, except, finally, rise, asset. Asset keyword is used for debugging purpose. Okay. So try, except, finally, rise. These keywords are used in exception handling, and asset is for debugging, guys. Okay. Clear? Next category, import. Import. So I told you that every Python source file is a module. In a module, you may write some functions. Module consists of functions, classes, other type of services. Okay. So if you want to use those functions or classes in your application, you need to import those, right? If you want to use the functions or some variables or classes of another Python module in your program, then you must import it. You must import into your application, guys. Understand? Next one is from keyword. From is also a keyword. So you want to import a particular a particular class or a particular function, right? Then we use the from keyword. Okay. If you want to import a module or a package, import keyword. From a particular Python package or a module, you want to import a specific class or a function, then use from. Understand? From. Next, as keyword. As is aliasing. Aliasing, that means, for example, if you want to import a particular module or a package, okay, so the package name, it may be somewhat lengthy, right? So every time using the package name, it may be difficult. That's why we provide a simple alias name. Okay, alias name. Actually, if you import any module, okay, if you want to access that member of that module, then you must use the name of the module, guys. Okay, name of the module. So every time using the name of the module, it may be difficult if the name is very lengthy, right? That's why what we do is we use the alias name, that is using the keyword as, right? Next one is class. Object orientation concepts. OOPS concept, your Python language, it supports the OOPS concept. So how do you implement the OOPS concepts, guys? Using this keywords. Class is a keyword, right? Next, if you want to define the functions, def keyword is used. Def is the keyword. Next one is pass. Pass keyword is a placeholder. Okay. So there is some special use cases for pass. Pass means do nothing, right? Do nothing. It is like an empty statement in other programming languages, guys. Okay. There are some use cases for this pass keyword I will discuss. Next one is scope. Scope of the variables. First one is global scope. Next one is non-local. Non-local is a keyword, right? These are scope, variable scope related, guys. Then there are a special kind of functions called lambda functions, special kind of functions called lambda functions. Next, you want to delete some objects and use del keyword. Next, it is used in file handling. Okay. Next, yield method is used in generators, guys. We have two types of generator and iterator. In generators, use the yield keyword, right? These are the 33 keywords in Python. In the latest versions, you may have more number of keywords, guys. I hope this is clear. A keyword is a sequence of characters that has some predefined meaning, whose meaning is already known to your Python interpreter, guys, right? So that's why you should not use these keywords as identifiers in Python, right? This is one of the rule we discussed right here. Now you see keywords, they are used to represent a value or some functionality. Okay. In Python, these three keywords are used to represent some value, guys, no functionality. Okay. So true, false, and none. And these are operators and are not. Then control statements, first decision making, next looping statements, then loop transfer statements, an operator called in operator, then exception handling, try, except, finally rise, and asset is for debugging purpose. Then importing some libraries into your program. Then from is also used to import a specific module from a package or a specific class or a function from a module. We use the from keyword. Next, as it is alias name, then class to define the class, then def is to define the functions, pass is a keyword, it does nothing. Okay, empty statement. Then these are the scope, variable scope, global, non-local, and function, lambda functions. Del is a keyword to destroy the objects. With, it is used in file handling. Then yield is used in the generators. Okay, this is the overall idea of your keywords concept, guys. Okay, now the keywords of the Python current version, you can print it. Okay, how to print that one? Just I will show you that. Open the Python IDLE, Python IDLE. Then you can just use a simple statement. One more keyword. Yeah, what is that keyword? There are other keywords also there. I will show you. 32 keyword. Okay, no issue. Yeah, I think yes. Not only that, there are many other keywords also there, guys. I will show that current version keywords. These keywords are very important keywords, guys. There are many other keywords. I will show you that. Okay, how to check it. So in Python, there is a module called keyword module, right? Where you have all the keywords in that particular version. You can see what is the version of my Python, guys. Python 3.10.5, right? What is the version of Python I'm using? 3.10. 3.10.5 is the version, right? Now in this particular version, how many keywords are there? I want to check it, right? So then you can import a module called keyword module. A module is also what? A Python source file, right? So in Python language, all the keywords, they are available in this particular module, guys, right? In a module, you have some values or some variables, functions, classes, right? So in keyword module, you have one variable that is KW list variable, guys. First import this module, import keyword. Keyword is a module. So if you want to access any function or any class, or if you want to access any variable in a particular module, first you need to import it, guys. Understand? Import this. Import the keyword module. So from this module, just you print KW list keyword dot KW list. What is KW list, guys? KW list is a variable that holds that consists of all the keywords list. That's why it is given name as KW list, keywords list. Understand? In modules you have there may be some variables. Understand? In modules you can define the variables, you can define the functions, you can define the class, anything. So you see, guys, why as keyword is used, I will tell you. So if you want to access a variable in this module, then you must use module name dot that particular variable. Or else, for example, you want to call a function in this module, then how do you call the function? Module name dot function name or some optional parameters. Like that, if you want to access any functionality, or if you want to access any variable, if you want to access any class, okay, then what you need to do? You must use name of the particular module, right? Okay. So every time using this module name, if it is small, the name is that length of this the module name, its length is small, that is okay. But if it is too lengthy, then every time using this, it is really very complex. That's why we use the as keyword, guys. Understand? So we will learn this one. Now you see, there may be more than these keywords, they are available. Okay, because I told you that in each version they add some new functionality so that they will provide some new keywords, guys. You can see, but most of the keywords I have covered here, right? That's what I want to say. If you need some more explanation or you want to learn something, then you go to the documentation or you can Google it, guys. You can see false, none, true. These three represent the value, right? Only these three keywords, the first character is an uppercase letter, right? They represent some value. Just I have changed the order, that's it. Okay. And is a keyword operator, right? As asset, async, this is for threads and all, thread programming and all, we will use await, async and all, right? Finally, for from global, most of these words I have already covered this, right? Try, while, with, yield, almost all I have covered this except one or two, right? So that's about the keywords. So let me write the statement to check that the keywords in any version. Okay, the keywords of the Python current version, keywords of the current version can be printed using the what? Using the following statements. Just use these two statements, you can get it, right? Okay, so what is that? What is the statement, guys? Simple. Import keyword module, keywords module, sorry, keyword module. Just print module keyword. In keyword module, there is a variable called KW list. Just print it. That's it. You will get all these values, guys, right? Okay. This is about the keywords in Python. Clear? Okay. How to check the names modules present in the Python? If you want to get any type of information, right, for this particular programming language, go to the documentation, guys. Understand? In documentation, you can find each and everything, right, about these keywords. If you want to learn more, okay, you go to the documentation, right? Go to the documentation, guys. Actually, here there is a concept called built-ins in Python. Okay, that you can use to check. That we will see in the modules. There is one topic called modules and packages, guys. There I will discuss this all. Okay. So how to find the path of the libraries and all that, I will show you that. Okay. First, let us understand the basics. Right? Any questions from anybody? You can type in the chat. I will answer later. Okay. Good. I hope keywords concept is clear, guys. So why we are learning keywords? These you should not use as an identifier. That's why we are learning keywords, guys. Okay. So none of these keywords you can use as an identifier, guys. Right? That is the rule. That's why we are learning all these concepts. I hope you are clear. Right? Next one is basic data types in Python, guys. Basic data types in Python. Okay. It is not missing, guys. Async keyword. Just have explained the important keywords. Async and all that is there. You can get it. You can see here. You just copy and paste it if you wish. Right. Next one is basic data types in Python. Next concept. Okay. Let us discuss basic data types in Python. Next. Okay. What are the basic data types in Python? We will just learn this because in operators and all we will understand. Okay. To understand the concept of operators and other concepts, we need this basic data types of Python, guys. You need to understand this. Okay. Then we will go with that one. Okay. Basic data types in Python, guys. Next, this is another important concept. Yeah. Yes. Basic data types of Python. Yeah. So first, before that, what are the variables in Python, guys? First, we need to understand. Okay. Variables in Python. They are somewhat different. Variables in Python, guys. So one of the most important thing in every programming language is how to represent the data in the particular program, right? One of the fundamental thing that every programming language must be able to do is represent the items of the data, guys. Understand? How to represent the data items in that particular programming language, right? Clear? So how to represent data in Python? So that is what the data types in Python, guys. Understand? So in Python programming language, we have different types of data. Okay. So before going to learn that concept, first understand what is a variable in Python, guys. What is a variable in Python? Right? Screen is not visible. Why? Are you getting the problem of this? Again, I will share the screen. I hope there is. I think I'm getting that screen is shared. Your screen is shared. Okay. You please check. So first, let us discuss what is a variable. So understand, guys, in Python, every variable, it is an object reference, guys. Understand the difference between Python variables and other variables. Okay. I will explain these logical points. First one, a variable, every variable, guys, a variable in Python is an object reference in Python, guys. Is an object reference Variable is an object reference to refer to the object in the memory, the data, right? So understand, in Python, every variable is an object reference, guys. What is this object reference? Just I will discuss. Okay, must understand. A variable is an object reference to refer an object in the memory that holds the data. Understand? So if you want to represent any data in Python programming, right? If you want to represent a data item in Python, then you must create the objects, guys, because objects, they hold the data in Python. Understand, guys? If you want to represent a data item in Python, okay, so you must create the object, guys. Object will hold the actual data, right? And what does the variable hold? Variable, just it holds the reference to the object, but actual data object can hold. Understand? That's what the difference between other languages and Python is. In Python, every variable is an object reference. That's it. Okay. If you want to represent a value, if you want to represent a data item in Python programming, then you must create the object. Objects can hold the data, and variables, they refer to that objects, guys. Understand? This is the very important point. You must understand this, guys. In Python, what is the syntax to define the variable, guys? Object reference is equal to value. Object reference is equal to what? Value. Understand? Just I'm saying that not a simple variable. I say that it is an object reference, and right side you have value. Okay. I told you that here there is no variable declaration in Python, guys. Only variable definition, right? Simply you cannot declare any variable because variables do not have any type. First thing, understand. Okay. So values, they have some type. Okay. But variables, they do not have any specific type. Understand? So whatever value you assign to this variable, okay, so that will be the type of the variable. Understand? Let me write that statement, guys. This is very important logical point. There is no need of pre-declaration of the variables, guys. There is no need of pre-declaration and no need to specify the type of the variable. No need to specify the type of the variable or type of the value type. Okay, no need to specify the value type. Good. There is no need of pre-declaration. That means you no need to declare the type of a variable. Understand? And no need to specify the type of the value. Actually, you can see, for example, x is equal to 10, right? Now you are not specifying any type, right? So x is what type? You are not specifying that. This is dynamically typed programming language. Understood? Dynamically typed programming language. Object reference, I will tell you what is object reference with a diagram. Okay, it's very important concepts, guys. This is the base for your entire Python programming. Right, guys? Here 10 is a value, right? 10 is a value. What is its type? You're not defining the type. That's what I am saying. But 10, it has type value. A value has some type, but you are not defining. That's what I'm saying. Understand? Python interpreter automatically it can interpret that. Understand? 10, it is of integer type. Okay. Okay. Pre-declaration. Thank you. So 10 is what type, guys? It is integer type, whole number, right? Python interpreter can identify the type, guys. You no need to declare the type. That's what dynamically typed. How does this Python interpreter identify its type, guys? Again, just you remember, it will use internally some patterns, right? Yeah, JavaScript also like this. Huh? Okay. I think some interpreter based languages, they are dynamically typed. Yes. Okay, good. Got it, guys. Because there is a pattern to represent the whole numbers. What is the pattern? First one, optional sign. Sign is optional, right? Here it may be plus or minus. Then any combination of zeros and ones, 0 to 9 digits without any fraction. That is the pattern of an integer, right? Any integer that has some pattern. What is the pattern? First, an optional sign, only one character, maybe plus or minus. After that, any combination of 0 to 9, it may be repeated. Those digits may repeat, and there is no fraction at all. This is the pattern for an integer, right? Those rules already defined in the Python interpreter. They were defined so that it can identify what is its type. I hope you are clear. I told you that your interpreter will scan from left to right. Am I right? So left side, this is an identifier. There is one assignment operator. Right side, it will check what is this. It follows some pattern, right? So that's why it will identify that there is a value. This is not a variable, it is a value. And this is of what type? Integer type. Understand? Now it will interpret the type of X, guys. Are you getting? First, it will check what is its value type. Okay. So according to the value type, it will interpret the type of X, guys. Understand? Now, can you say that a variable has type in Python? Yes, every variable has some type, but you are not defining the type. That will be decided by Python interpreter at runtime. Any doubts? That's why it is called a dynamically typed language, guys. Then you can do one thing. Later on in my program, what I will do is I will assign X equal to 3.7, guys. 3.5, let us suppose X equal to 3.5. Now tell me, at this particular instance, of time, X is interpreted as integer type because you are assigning integer type value. Later on in this program, if you assign some other value, then what is the type of X here? At this point, what is the type of X, guys? Float type, because it is a floating point number. Am I right? It is a floating point number. So that here at this particular moment, at this particular statement, the type of X is interpreted as float type. Are you getting? Next, again later on in my program, what I have done, X is equal to, I will assign some other value Python like this, right? Now what is the type of X at this particular instance of time? X type will be string type. Understand? So this is called dynamically typed language, guys. Understand? Value has some type, but you no need to define it. Python interpreter can automatically identify its type. And if we assign the value to a variable, then the type of the variable is automatically interpreted, guys. That is called dynamically typed language. Understand? So variables, they do not have any type, but values, they have type. But the type is automatically interpreted by Python interpreter, guys. Understand? This is called dynamically typed language. Understand? Any doubt? So this is one important point, guys, about variables. Now let us understand. We go into somewhat depth. What is this object reference and all? So now let me just open the paintbrush. How to define the variable and what is its creation. I will discuss that. Right. Now let us see. X is equal to 10. This is my statement. X is equal to 10. It is a variable definition. Right. X equal to 10. Now what happens? I told you that to represent a data item in Python, you need an object, obviously, right? Only objects can hold the data, guys. Understand? Now what happens? So internally in the memory, an object gets created. Guys. For example, let me just draw this. This is an object created inside the memory. Okay. Generally, this is a dynamic memory or heap memory. This object will hold the value, guys. I told you, right? Objects can hold the values. That means to represent this data item 10, you need an object, right? So what is its type, guys? This is what? This is an object. This is an object of what type? Int type. This object of what type? It, how does this type it is known to that one? Because of the patterns. Internally it will use the patterns, guys, right? This is the object. This is an object, right? So of what type? Int type. I can write it as int object, right? That will be more meaningful. This is an integer object. Clear, guys? Int object. Good. Understand? So these objects are created in memory. These objects are created in heap memory, guys. Heap memory is unnamed, guys. Unnamed memory. Inside the main memory, you have heap memory and stack memory. Heap memory is called unnamed memory. Stack memory is the named memory, guys. Understand? Unnamed memory. So how to access the data which is stored in unnamed memory, guys? Understand? Using the value of that particular memory address. Understand? So any value which is stored in the heap area or in that unnamed memory, how do you access the data, guys? You access using the memory address. Understand? So that what happens when you create any object in the heap memory, every object is given one unique ID number. Understand? Every object is given one unique ID, guys. So it is a very large number and it is a non-negative number. Understand? Very large non-negative number. That is called unique identification number of the object. Let us suppose in this case the ID is 1407373, like that, something very large number, guys. Okay, 73730639107 something. Okay, this is a very large number that is assigned to this particular one, because later on if you want to access this object, right, later on you want to use this particular value, then you need to access this object using the identification number. Understand? Now what is X, right? Now what is X? X is a reference variable. Just I will draw this one. What is this reference variable? I will paste this one. Yeah. X is an object reference. This is an object reference. It refers to an object holding the value 10. That is the meaning of X equal to 10, guys. What is X here? Reference variable. This is a reference variable, guys. Reference variable. Understood? Okay. Because X is not holding the value directly. Yes, it is referring to an object that holds the value 10. That is the meaning. Every variable in Python, it is an object reference only. It is an object reference only, right? So what is an object reference, guys? This unique ID number is the object reference, right? But every time you cannot use that number. It is a very large number, right? That's why what we do is, instead of using this unique ID number, we use this where X. I hope you are clear. Any doubts, please type in the chat window. This is the very fundamental and most important concept, guys. Actually, if you find a variable X equal to 10, X is an object reference. It refers to the object. The actual value, the object holds the actual value, guys. Understand? It is like a kite. You are controlling the kite using a string, right? You are controlling a kite using a string, like that. Actual value that is stored in the object, you are accessing this value, right? You are manipulating this value using this reference. Understand? Okay, clear? Any doubt? Now tell me, X is in which memory and actual object is in which memory, guys? Anybody? Those who learn Java and other programming language, you can please. So you must learn in such a depth, guys. Then only the concept will be more clear, right? Tell me, guys. This is at heap memory. This is at which memory? Heap memory. Heap. And X, this is in which memory? Stack memory. Stack is a named memory, right? That's why you are using the variable name. Heap is unnamed memory, right? That's why you are using the unique identification number. Actually, that memory location you cannot exactly. Okay. These values are generated internally by using some mathematical equations, guys. Okay. Understood? This one is my stack memory. Okay. Stack memory. And here is your heap memory, guys. Understand? This is a dynamic memory. So objects are created in the heap memory, and objects, they hold the actual values, and the reference is assigned to X. That unique ID of the object you are assigning to some variable. Okay. That is held by a variable. That variable is called a reference variable. Understand, guys? Now tell me, what is X? X is a reference variable. X is a variable that holds the unique ID of an object that holds the actual value 10. Any doubt? Right? But in any expression, if we are using X, right, then automatically that value is used in the expression. Are you getting? Now tell me. So for example, if I am using print, print of X, guys. Now tell me, what is this output? Print X. You will get 10 only, right? Because you are using X in an expression. Don't get confusion, right? You are using print is a, but why you are saying expression? I will explain. There is one separate concept, guys. Reference value is not fixed, guys. Okay. Because in your computer you may get some ID. In my computer I may get some ID. Okay. That depends. It is not fixed one. Okay. So print is also an expression, guys. Why it is called an expression, I will explain in the next concept. But remember, print is also an expression, no doubt at all. So if you are using the variable name in any expression, name of the variable, so it will use that particular value. Understand? So print X means X is a reference variable that refers to an object, and it uses that particular value. Understand? Let me take one more example. What is that example, guys? Some y equal to X plus 10, X plus 5, y equal to X plus 5. Like that, I have used this value. Okay, you can see here, y equal to X plus 5. This is what? This is also an expression, guys. Print is also an expression. Y equal to X plus 5. This is also an expression, right? Now, what is the value of X here? Which X value it will use? It uses 10. Understand, guys? It uses the value 10 here. Because if you are using variable, even though it is a reference variable, if you are using in any expression, then it uses the value of that particular variable. Understand? Value referred by this variable. Any doubt in this? That's what the Python internal working mechanism, guys. If you are using any variable in expression, then it's the value referred by the variable, guys. Understand? That means 10. Here you will get 10 plus 5 equal to 15 in this case. Understand? If you are using a variable, an object reference in any expression, then it uses the value referred by that particular object reference. Understand? This is the value referred by this object reference, right? That will be used. Then, for example, you want to get what is the actual ID of that object referred by X. Understand? If I am using X in expression, it uses the value of the object that X is referring to. Am I right? But if you want to know what is the actually object reference that X is referring, understand? Then we use a function called ID. ID of X. In this case, what is the value of ID of X, guys? What is the ID of X? Here I want to know what is the object reference value, guys? Object reference value. Understand? Object reference value means X is referring to one object, right? That object unique ID, I will get it. Understand? Unique ID. It returns unique identification number of object, unique identification number of the object, right? Understand, guys? If I use just the name of the variable, that means that name of that variable, then it uses the value. But I want to know what is the unique ID of this X is referring. Okay, then use ID method, guys. ID method. Next, what is the type of the value X is referring to? That you want to know. Okay, then use type of X. Type of X. What it returns, guys? Type of X. It returns what? What type of object X is referring? Understand? Class type of the object. So to create any object, first you need a class, guys. That is the basic fundamental thing in object-oriented programming. So if you want to define any object, first you need to create the class of the object. Understand? Here you are creating integer object, right? That means you need a class. That class you can get using the type method. Understand? Those are all internally created, guys. You don't need to create anything, because your Python interpreter, it will identify what is its type, right? Then immediately that will create object of that particular class. Understand? So ID function is there, type function is there. So where these functions are available, that is the next question. Actually, if you want to use any function, right, you need to import that particular class or a particular module, but you are not importing anything and you are using. Am I right? Then where these functions are available, guys? Anybody, can you answer? We have some idea in Python. These functions are available in built-ins. Okay, built-ins is one module where these most common functions, they are all available. You no need to import it, guys. Any function, if you are not importing any modules or any packages, if you are using, that is called ins. Okay, if you are using any function, you are not importing any specific module and all, then it will check in the built-ins, right? So these functions are available in the built-ins, guys. Any questions? Any doubts? Any queries? Now just I will show you that how this is executed. First x equal to 10. Let me take x equal to 10. Now print x. You can see what is it is printing x, right? X is referring to an object. The content of the object it is printing. Now I want to get the unique ID of that particular object x is referring. You can see this number, it changes, guys. It is not fixed. Okay. So it's very large number, 289,777 or something. Okay. 289,773,512,342 like that. Clear? ID of x. Now check what is the type of x, guys. Type of x. In type of x, you are getting class int. I told you what does this return type? Class type of the object, guys. Understand? X equal to 10. First an object gets created in the heap memory. And what is its type of this object? Integer type, right? So to create this object, you need one class. That class is int class. This is a built-in class, guys. Okay. X equal to 10. This object should be created. The object is of what type? Integer type, right? That's what you can check here. I hope you are clear. Okay. For example, now at this particular moment, I will assign x equal to 3.5, guys. Understood? Now what happens? An object is created, right? So what is the type? What is the ID? It changes. You can check. Earlier the ID is 289773512 something. Now this is. That means a new object is created and its ID is this value. Understand? its ID is this particular value, right? Okay. Now you have to check what is the type of X, guys. Type of X. Now you check here the type of X you are getting what? Float type. Float type. Because an object gets created in the heap memory. And what is its type? Float. Right? That's why you need a float class. The type of X will be float. Understand what is stack and heap? So these are the different areas in your main memory, guys. For some specific purpose, it will use these memories. Okay. Inside the RAM only, heap, stack, everything is available in the main memory only, because this data processing and everything, the execution of the statements, everything, it is done in the main memory, right? In main memory only, that is divided into some areas. Okay. For making the equation simple, guys, that's why. That is the reason. But let us say there is an university, right? In university there is some hierarchy, vice chancellor, some some other deans and all. Okay. So if you ask to sit wherever they like, then it is very difficult to someone to meet them, right? That's why what they do, they will divide it to number of cabins, right? Clear? Already I shared these notes, right? That's why what they do, some in a ground floor VC chamber, in the first floor some dean academics. Okay. In the next floor some other deans, like that. They will separate space for each department. There is some block. Why they are organizing? That will be well organized, right? Otherwise what happens? It's very difficult. That's why, like that, also dividing this memory into several regions. RAM, one is stack, second one is for different purpose. It uses the different memory regions. Is it clear, guys? If you wish, you can go into this memory organization of Python. There is one very good website, Real Python. The website name is Real Python. You can Google and go into depth. Actually, the memory organization is similar to C programming, guys. In C language, how it organizes, in the same manner in Python also somewhat it organizes the memory like that. Okay, guys? Yeah. Some static memory also it will use. Actually, this code should be loaded, right, in the memory. Where the code will be loaded, there is a fixed region. Like that, there are different regions it will use. Okay. But for this concept, it is enough. I hope it's clear to all. The concept of variable and all. Yeah. Always remember, this is an object reference, refers to an object that holds this value. If you are using that variable name in any expression, then it uses the value the variable is referring. Understand? If you want to get what is the actual ID of object that X is referring, then use the ID function, guys. If you use ID function, then only you will get this reference value 14073 like that. Otherwise, it uses this only, right? Actually, this is in unnamed memory, but you are using a name to access that memory area. Are you getting? That's why you are defining the variable. Actually, that is more technical, guys. If you go into depth, what is the purpose of a variable, guys? You want to access unnamed memory using a name, guys. That is the purpose of a variable. If you give this answer in any interview, right, there will be no second question from the interviewer because such a technical stuff you are discussing. Understand? A variable, why we are using? To access the value which is stored in unnamed memory, you want to access it using a name. That's why you are using the variable. Understand? This is the actual technical definition, guys. I hope this is clear. What is a variable and how do we define the variable, right? And all. I think you have understood what is object reference and all, right? Value. So this is what variable in Python, guys. Still, I have not discussed what are the basic data types in Python. Okay. In tomorrow's session, in the next session, we will see what are the basic data types in Python. In this session, you understand what is a variable, what is this dynamically typed language. Okay, right? Python is dynamically typed language, as well as this is a context sensitive language, guys. I will talk about in operators what is context free and context sensitive language. You please repeat the definition. What? Variable or this one, named and unnamed memory? Variable is, what is the purpose of variable? Use it to access the value in the unnamed memory using a name. That is the definition, technical definition of a variable. You can see here, as a name, right? I am using to access the which is in the unnamed memory. That's what I am saying. Are you clear now? That definition just I have modified. That's it. A variable is an object reference, right? Refer to the object in the memory that holds the data. That means object in memory that is unnamed, right? And you are using a name to access it. Good. So you need to answer such decisions, guys, in interview. And only interviewer will understand that you are purely technical. Understand? These are all standard definitions. Okay. You can directly use them. And this is our, so now it is open for discussion. I will stop this